Well, why haven't I been around? This is the first day that I've actually felt even able to put myself in front of a camera or whatever. As you know, I've been struggling with the mental health thing. And it got to a point where I thought, I've tried the natural way and I'm going to have to go back on medication, which I was on for 18 years. Now, I'm not thinking about staying on it, but the doctor said to me, because my anxiety's off the wall, and I didn't realize I was actually depressed, but clearly I was. She said, it will get worse before it gets better. Well, she wasn't wrong at all. I've just had the last week out off. There were nights, no sleep at all. And I mean none, not like half hour, 10 minutes, nothing. And then that day you would get maybe half hour on the sofa. And then the next day, maybe you might get 2 hours. So obviously, after nearly a week of that, you ain't with it. You got the sort of piercing stare. Other night time, you got sweat pouring out of you. Your body's twitching. You got tremors. You're trembling, whatever, and you've got the fear, pain going up and down your legs. Proper mess. Weirdly enough, didn't feel depressed. Just felt incredibly anxious. Couldn't go out. Couldn't get off the sofa. That kind of thing. And sweating so much that you're dehydrated to the point now that my knee went and my foot went with gout. So we had to go to the gym yesterday, try and work it off. I'm back on anti-inflammatories, but my foot's like a club. There is no way at all I could face anybody at the moment, let alone go on a march. So there were a lot of people wondering where I've been or what's going on. On the plus side, the worst of it is over and I can feel myself getting better, and I managed to get some sleep last night. So we will be back. But I owed it to you to tell you what was going on. I couldn't even face seeing my daughter yesterday. That's how just detached I've been. And I spoke to a few friends and they went, oh, you don't sound yourself. And you could see that I'm not, But I've been through this before. It's not my first rodeo and I know what to expect. And I know that I'm now getting better. But this is why I've tried to detach myself from all the bad news, because you can imagine I'm getting bombarded with bad news from all directions, which is what I ask people to do. But you sometimes have to take a step back and say, I can't do this, not for a while, because your mental health or your own health is paramount. And I realized there was a problem when, say, for instance, going on a bike test, I was shaking from head to foot. That's just not like me. There have been other things like going back to work. The night before, just couldn't sleep all night, sweats and fear. So there's a problem, but you get so used to it. And this is something that you may want to think about yourselves. Are you depressed? Or have you gotten used to the situation you're in so much that you are depressed and you just take that as the norm? Because that's what I'd done. I'm pretty sure that I'd been depressed for months, if not maybe a year, and I was just accepting it as the norm. So I just so desperately didn't want to go back on medication. But what do? If nothing else has worked and your quality of life is going down to the point that you don't want to go out, don't want to speak to people, lock yourself away, and then you get the fear about doing things that you just take for granted, there's something wrong and you've got to do something about it. So I'm 9 days in. It takes 2 weeks for the horribleness to go away and you to get some sort of benefit out of it. And then after that, hopefully I shall start picking up. But that's why you haven't seen anything from me. That's why I haven't done live streams. That's why I've just not done anything, because I just couldn't. I don't think I could. But anyway, you've just got to know the time that just ask for some help. And in my case, I had to. So there it is. I hope it all goes well today for everybody who's there. There's no way I could have faced it. I mean that. And not just that. If you meet people for the first time and you look sort of spun out or look like a rabbit in the headlights because your anxiety's off the wall, it's not a good look. Apart from the fact I couldn't walk. So there it is. Anyway, we are on the mend. So I will, as soon as I'm better, start putting content out. But at the moment, sorry about that. It is what it is.